Here comes two! What's going on, everybody? It is time for another Call of Duty playthrough. This time it's Call of Duty 2, but for the PS2, Call of Duty Big Red 1. I got the greatest hits here. Paid $5 for it, apparently. I think this was a gift, actually. I don't think I paid for it, so that's even better. Yeah, so I was reading up on this, and apparently you're playing as one character through this entire campaign, which is kind of interesting. Playing as a U.S. soldier, I guess. I just did the first mission, the prologue, I suppose. Just want to preface this, I'm playing on easy. Veteran was fucking ridiculous on the 360. I only did it for the achievements. And I'm going to do it for the trophies on the 4 and past. So I'm trying to enjoy a quick one with this one. Because the PS2 shooters are just, oh man. I booted this game up and I had to mess with my TV settings because it was like in a really small shrunken box, so I had to fucking blow it up so it's like huge on my screen now, and it makes me fucking dizzy. Because I have to sit really close because PS2 wired controller, you know, I can't sit too fucking far back. But yeah, not much really happened in this prologue. Like, we weren't introduced to our character. I'm assuming that's going to happen in this next cutscene. We're going right into a battle. We're in France right now, but it doesn't really tell me a whole lot. It just was like, yep, we're France, here we go. I'm pretty sure the voice of Robin from Teen Titans was one of our teammates. I'm going to look that up and it'll be here. So if that's him, hopefully I remember to look it up. But yeah, nothing much happened. Unfortunately, medkits are back. I thought they would finally fucking be gone, but we got 13. I played through the first level in like 4 minutes, so I don't think it's going to be too much of a struggle. People might say, "Oh, it's not as fun to play on easy," but after the nightmare I just had on veteran, I just want to play through it and experience the story and get past it because I want to play. I want to play the PS3 ones. That's what I'm looking forward to. After this, there's one more PS2 game, but I still have to hunt it down. It's the World at War one, which I never knew there was a PS2 copy of. So yeah, I gotta hunt that down still. I got some saved on eBay, but yeah, let's get into this next mission. So this mission was about overtaking an airfield. Wasn't anything too crazy. I do appreciate how the characters are written though. There's just one guy, he starts off the mission, he's like, I'm from the fucking Bronx, you know, I love the fucking Red Sox, and they're going against the Yankees, I got tickets. We're in France now. We flash back to like 2 years, by the way. 2 years backwards. So yeah, he's all like, I got fucking tickets to the baseball game, and then the other guy's like, fuck off, and taking it really serious, and I was like, that's kind of cool, and then we immediately get into battle anyways. Guy fucking next to me just gets his head blown off by a sniper. So we start off the mission like a rail yard shooter. I don't know if that's the best way to describe it, but we're on top of the car, it's driving, and we're shooting. And then we overtake that airfield, and then we get on one of those AA guns, I believe, and we just we take down like 5 planes or so, and that was it. A relatively short mission. Probably took me about like, well, I got short. It took me about 15 minutes probably. During this, we were also overtaking some. I don't know what they're called, but you'd park your planes in there. But yeah, time for the next one. Pretty decent so far. Main complaint is just the shooting is so. It was a tank mission. The best one so far, but still a tank mission, so fuck this game. So, that part was a decent mission. We start off the mission, we're destroying some more tanks with a cannon. Then we have to get on this little submachine gun and fight back the reinforcements until our reinforcements get there. We do it right in time, so it's a little cookie cutter, but it's fine. there's a certain charm this game has. Maybe it's because I'm playing it on an easier mode and it's just not making me mad. I'm still dying. Like, I fucking died in that tank mission, which even the tank mission actually wasn't horrible, but it's just I don't like the tank missions, and that was the best one, but still not good. Um, so yeah, and that's pretty much just us trying to fight through and then take on some more tanks, and we get an RPG, blow up like 3 more tanks. I died here because I didn't know you're supposed to get in cover. I didn't know they were gonna shoot at me, and then they fucking blew me up. Um, yeah, I really just like that the med kits are still fucking here. I seriously hope this is the last one and the World at War PS2 one doesn't have it, because it's just so frustrating. But that's like a few entries from now, so I doubt it. I think that's like 3 games from now, including 3 Modern Warfare and then the PS3 copy, because I would play that first just because. But yeah, mission ends with us just taking down some reinforcements. Not much happening in this game so far. It's like, it feels a little rushed. Like they were like, yeah, this is the bullshit little PS2 last gen version, because the fucking PS3 is not going to be out for another year. So here we go. Let's just go ahead and get this out the door quickly. But I don't mind it. It feels a little rushed, and it feels I can't tell if it's my own fatigue, but it shouldn't be, because I wanted to play this game. Really, I wanted to play the next generation ones, but I didn't like. I wanted to play a first-person shooter, so I don't think it's necessarily fatigue. I just think it feels a little bit rushed due to them having to make a second game for last generation. Because I know they do that for like the Wii and the DS, but I know they're not too different. I believe they're not like entirely separate games. Maybe the DS ones are, but I think the Wii ones are at least a little bit similar. I could be completely wrong about that. But from my understanding, I think fucking Modern Warfare 3 is on there. I don't know. I've never played those versions, and hopefully I never do. But yeah, I'm about to pick up some food and then play the next level. So that level was actually pretty cool. It was another overtaking this area type mission, but it was pretty cool. One of our guys got sniped in like his leg or something, and they were like, "Oh shit, where's our medic? You need to go find our medic." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So it actually made me backtrack and go find the medic and tell him, get over here, we need your help. And then he gets fucking shot. And so I gotta take his fucking medic bag, and then I have to be the medic there, and you have to apply pressure to him, and it's pretty cool. All while your teammates are just fucking in an all-out war surrounding you. And then you go back, they send you back all the way to the beginning of the level to go get some reinforcements and some ammo. And you actually go around the opposite side and you meet up back with them, but by flanking the enemies that you were just fighting. So that was pretty cool. I didn't mess up because I didn't know you were supposed to kill the sniper. I was confused on what I was doing, so technically I did die in this level, but it was for going AWOL, so not really a death. But yeah, it was a pretty dope mission. We ended the mission by getting chased by a tank, and I was like, oh shit, gotta get out of here. What makes it even harder is you have to keep going, but also there's like a lot of enemies surrounding you, and I had like that much health left, and it was like closest to the end. I killed an enemy and he dropped a med kit luckily, and he gave me just enough so where I could get to the end of the level without getting killed. Because I don't know how slow you can get. I don't know how close the tank's able to get before it blows you up, but yeah, it's a pretty decent ending. These missions are all fairly short. Maybe that's because I'm used to fucking 2 hours, a single mission part, but these missions are going by in like 10 to 15 minutes, if that, and I know there's only 14 of them, so that'd be like 2 hours roughly on the pace that we're going, but who knows. Maybe a war mission will be really hard and it'll cause more time. I'm okay if it doesn't, though. I'm not looking to get a whole lot of time out of this game, just looking to play and have some fun, Because sometimes you don't have to be challenged to have fun, That's why I'm playing on easy. But yeah, I keep on rambling. Let's get back to it. So what a really unique level that was. The whole level takes place in a plane, which I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be horrible. Until I realized you're not actually flying the plane. You're actually just walking around in the plane, like passing next to like the landing gear and all of that. You're literally just passing through the insides of the plane, trying to get to different gun parts and then bomb parts. It's pretty insane. My main complaint is like I couldn't really figure out like the bombing system. You're supposed to drop it on some boats and also like their oil tanks, but I couldn't really figure it out. And you don't really have to hit any of them. You can just not hit anything, and you still win. So that's interesting. And then on like the machine gun, you're shooting down planes, and actually it was really cool. I kept tallies every time I broke a new plane. And I think I got up to like 40-ish, something like that. They're in like rows of 8. I think I got to 43 or so before it was like, okay, next thing. Which I thought was kind of a lot. I was wondering how long that segment was going to go, but I mean, again, not a long level at all, and didn't die. My plane took a lot of damage though. It was almost all red and smoking, according to the HUD. But yeah, that was a really good level, solid. I'm excited to see what's going on next. So the next level was just another take over the town. We actually were saving this other group, and I guess our group is the big red one. I'm not gonna. I don't entirely know why, but I thought big red one was a tank. Not gonna lie, I don't know why I thought that. But I guess that's the group that we're in, and that's pretty cool. But yeah, this is a little bit of a longer mission. But I mean, we're halfway through the game, and I haven't even finished a full podcast episode yet. So I mean, yeah, there's 14 missions, and I just did 7. So yeah, might get this done. I don't know. I've only been playing for a little bit. I haven't been playing that long, so I'm not necessarily complaining about it, but just interesting. It's something I can't really give a pass for is the lighting once again. It's better than the lighting in Finest Hour, but it's still not great here, especially when you're indoors where it's nighttime. It's difficult to see, but it's better. I haven't had to mess with any TV settings this time, so except for stretching it, which I don't think I had to do for Finest Hour, so that's weird. I don't know what happened there, but yeah. Next up. So in this level, it starts off with us just kind of getting through a town, and then quickly it turns into we come across a convoy that hasn't spotted us, and they're just parked in front of us. So we're like, all right, let's go ahead and take advantage of this situation. And yeah, it's pretty much we just try and take out this convoy, and then we get ambushed somehow. But it's fine because we fight through, and at the end. I'm using my binoculars again, and I'm marking. You mark things on your binoculars for the planes to come through. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe I think they're talking about coordinates. I think he was saying the coordinates, but I was like, "How are you actually getting these statistics?" I have no real idea, but it was okay. This one was one of the more cookie cutter ones. The convoy part was pretty cool. I enjoy the cutscenes. It's not quite like Finest Hour, but there's still cutscenes in this, and it feels a lot different than like the other Call of Duty. Like the other Call of Duty 2 doesn't really have cutscenes like that, where it's like widescreen showing like a movie, pretty much. But this one, yeah, it has cutscenes like that. And even though it's not quite the same as Finest Hour, it still has that, and I kind of like that. Yeah. Also, the grenade throwing feels really solid in this game. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm just kind of throwing my best. Like, it doesn't feel as good as it will in the future installments, but it still feels pretty good. Like, you're actually throwing it as far as you want to, instead of being like, gotta fucking aim all the way up there to get it go far. Which I appreciate that. I like that a lot. Yeah. So, next level. It has been a minute since I played Call of Duty Big Red one. I finished it, obviously, I think like the day after I recorded the last segment of this, which is now pushing like 2 months at this point, potentially longer. I finished it like the day after that and just played like 5 missions in a row and I couldn't record the footage for it. And I just kept putting off recording it. And it's been like 2 months at this point, so I just went ahead and I watched a video. I typed my notes obviously, but I watched the video of the actual game, like, you know, get my head back in there. I played like the first mission of 3, but I might just restart that so I can get, you know, fresh, you know. But yeah, the last few missions, sorry, it's going to be a little bit less, you know, in depth, a little bit more general, because it's been a while, but I did want to record this, edit this last little part and get this out today, probably. Like, it'll take like 2 minutes just editing this segment, because everything else before this is already edited, so yeah, I just want to talk about these last few missions. So after that last mission, I believe mission 9, but I feel like 9 and 10 of my notes are the same thing because there's only 13 missions and I have 14 written down. But we're working by taking over another town, and that's ending our Sicilian chapter, I suppose. And the next mission we start up, we're just taking out some bunkers and a couple of gunners that are, you know, peeping through the little box that they have. Yeah, it's kind of a headache always taking them out, because if you can see them, they see you, and they're just fucking lasering your shit, so you gotta get some quick shots off on them. A little bit frustrating, but, you know, PS2 version, I'm playing on the easiest mode, I'm speedrunning this shit, you know what I'm saying? So, following that, we're working our way through a town, and one of our guys gets hurt. It's not looking good. But, you know, fuck that guy, honestly. We got C4 to plant on AA guns, because we've never done that before in a Call of Duty game, right? Yeah, this mission, it takes a while, because there's a lot of guns that you have to put the C4 on. But, yeah, this mission's alright. It's kind of cool. I don't know. I feel like there's one part in this that I struggle with a little bit, but other than that, really wasn't too bad. I think it was the only part where the med kits really took an effect on me at all, so not terrible. It's a memorable mission, but, you know, a memorable mission in okay game, you know. It's like, So in the second to last mission, we're fighting our way through a town, and eventually we just go ahead and get in a tank, and the mission ends with us doing some tank battles. Luckily, the game didn't end with us in a tank, unlike some other Call of Duty games. So the last mission, it was actually really cool. It starts with us just taking out some bunkers, but then we're working our way down this hill, and we're about to cross this bridge, and then out of nowhere, just a plane just crashes into us. Like, holy shit, I was actually worried I was taking too long. I was like, oh, was I taking too long? Was I supposed to already be over there? But no, it was a really good set piece. I mean, it's not the coolest one they've done, but to this point, it was really cool. I feel like it would have been better executed on the 360 version of Call of Duty 2, but, you know, this version was fine, just the same, really. So we get across, and we go ahead and put our C4 on some of their bombs. I think it's more of a rocket than a bomb. I think they wanted, it's more of a missile, sorry. I guess it's technically a misspeak, but yeah, and then we fight off the German reinforcements, and then we've done it. We've won. Also, our friend Brooklyn, he died in this mission. You know, it's hard to give a fuck. I didn't even know he was honestly alive up to this point, but yeah. We stopped the reinforcements, and the war is over. Yay, us. And then I got a picture of the menu screen, so it's like, he actually did it, because there's no achievements, so here's that. And that is actually going to do it for this video. Sorry the last, 5 missions are kind of fucking, this happened, yeah. I was kind of being a lazy piece of shit and should have kept up on it more, But these videos aren't massively popular regardless. It's more so for me to just play through the game more than anything. But yeah, pretty sure I have the rating on the iPad, which is obviously recording right now. So we're going to end the video with the rating and everything, and the list order, of course. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. It's a Call of Duty video, so sorry about that. But, I still have another video I want to record. I've been putting off recording the ending of this video, and then I finish the game, and then I still have to record the whole video for a second game. But that's easy, you know. So that one's a licensed game that's like 4 hours long, so there's not as much to talk about. That'll be like a 15-minute video, so I just need to get that done. Hopefully I'll get that done sometime this month. Sorry I've been putting that off, but yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Here's the CDR scale and list ranking. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.